Welcome to another Chef Knives to Go quick look product review. I am Steve Gamache, and what we have this time is the Tabata Shidogami, or white number 1, what Mark's calling the handy knife, 110 millimeter. So this is obviously a utility style blade, almost hunting style blade with a fairly good belly to it. And it comes just like this with no handle or anything on it. It does have 2 holes that you could use to secure a handle if you want to mount, create your own handle or put it on there and put either some rivets on it, or I've even tinkered around a little bit. I got some paracord, slightly thinner paracord than the standard size, and you could put it through the hole and then wrap it around. And I tinkered with just wrapping it to get a feel. And you could wrap that pretty well with paracord and maybe put some kind of epoxy or some finish on there to lock it in if you wanted to, and have a pretty good, durable, long-term handle around there. So I think this thing's pretty versatile. Mark mentions on the webpage they use it around the office for opening things, but it's pretty sturdy. You can see it's pretty thick here. It doesn't, to me, kind of strike it as an outdoor knife from the point of view of, batoning and doing some of those things. The steel is Shidogami white paper number 1, so it's probably not going to lend itself well to that, but I think this might make a really good hunting knife as well for obviously those types of duties. Again, although it's pretty thick and very sturdy. The heat treat is not really mentioned. I would figure it's probably around 60, maybe. Hopefully they did it a little on the soft side. It is all reactive, so it's got a soft iron cladding on either side of there, and it does have a lacquer, looks like a lacquer finish on it. Yeah, it feels like a little bit of a lacquer finish on there. But anyway, it is an all reactive blade. And the construction is 3 layers, so the soft iron cladding on either side of the Shidogami number 1. Weight and dimensions can vary a little bit from knife to knife. This particular one is 151 grams or 5.3 ounces. Edge length about 4.6 inches, and I measure that rolling it along a ruler, so that's that curved edge there. Overall length about 9¼ inches or 235 millimeters. And then the spine thickness right here is about 4.4 millimeters. And it pretty much holds that all the way till you get to the grind. And so, it's a pretty sturdy tip on there. And then here's this will be a little tricky to show, but here's the choil shot right there. So, it thickens up really fast. The blade height is about 30.7 millimeters at the back. Again, no handle. Balance point, as is with no handle, is pretty neutral. It's about right there for the balance point. So quite neutral from this point of view, depending on how you like to hold your blade. So just an interesting knife. Not going to bother with a cutting board demo here. It's not what this is about. But this has some interesting possibilities to it. Let's get a beauty shot here. So it just has kind of a little bit of a mottled kind of finish. It's fairly smooth. Every knife's going to be slightly unique. On the left side of the blade as you'd be holding it, you've got some embossed kanji there. And you can see a little bit of hammer marks and a little bit of the maker's, craft on there. I'd say out of the box sharpness, maybe 5 out of 10. It's a nice straight blade. The grinds are clean. It'll sharpen up like nobody's business. Shidogami number 1 will get screaming sharp. So this could get this completely razor sharp if you're up to the task. And again, just a lot of possibilities with this knife. So it could be utility. Mark says they hang it on one of the holes on the wall. But again, you could put a really nice handle on there of various styles to make it into, a little more versatile tool. But again, just a nice knife with a fair amount of belly towards the tip. You could totally field dress a deer with this, no problem. So there you have a knife with lots of possibilities. This is the Tabata Shidogami, or white number 1 handy knife, 110 millimeter knife.